I hope that you're doing well. This is Taylor. I flipped through these a couple times. I'm gonna kind of scroll through again. Um, I read what you wrote about this is like a special place to you and your family, special place in your heart. I'm curious to exactly where it was. It looks, I mean, somewhere in the southwest. I assume it looks kind of southwestish though. But yeah, just kind of flipping through again. You have just such a great sense of composition, great sense of light. And while these are you're pretty much nailing all of the exposures and all your technical stuff is really solid and sound. Yeah, let's see. Just kind of scroll through again. I'll mention this real quick. You know who Peter Lick is? The photographer Peter Lick. He has a photograph or a number of photographs very similar to this, and he claims to be a fine art photographer. It's not quite a fine art photographer. He recently sold like the most claims again, like the most expensive photograph ever sold, like 6 million bucks or something like that. But it wasn't really that. It's kind of a long story. I would recommend looking into him though. But he's not really an artist, I would say, to model yourself after. It's more like a Thomas Kincaid kind of artist, if you know who that is in the painting world. But yeah, just kind of a silly aside. But yeah, to go back up to the top. Um, yeah, this is like really awesome. I love these textures and the shape. You know, you have great composition. I really like the people in the background. And I like the shadow, except I want the shadow to be it's a little dark. You know, maybe our screens are a little bit different. Oops, sorry, trying to turn down my screen. Maybe our screens are a little bit different, but it's just a little bit too black in the shadows. So if you're using any kind of or have the ability to use any kind of photo editing software, looks like you do. Then just open up the shadows a little bit because it's just a little bit too hot out there and a little bit too dark in here. And really, the people, I would love to see more of them, actually. I'd like to, maybe if you would wait just a minute for that person to come right here so it feels like this space with like this dark silhouette, just to kind of activate the space, you know, instead of having a little bit of an inactive space, not a dead space at all, because these are beautiful movements or beautiful shapes, and the shutters are beautiful, and the colors are great, and the textures are great, but just to have that extra element of a person walking through is great. This is really nice too. Your composition is solid. I really like how you have like these agave, looks like agave leaves, breaking up, the foreground here with the building in the background. That's really awesome. Um, I am curious, like, I want to know like what about this place is special to you. Like, what does it mean to you and your family? These are nice, but it's an okay photograph. Like it doesn't do me as much like or for me as much as this one. I want to know more about this. So like I guess I want to know why you'd want to photograph these. Like they're interesting, um, but maybe like I want to see more of the sense of the personal thing that you wrote about. Like as I scroll around, like these are great photographs. Like a lot of them are really beautiful. They're solid, compositionally, and the colors are great. Um, but I like what you wrote about is like very personal, very meaningful. So like I want to see more of that relationship to come through with into your images. Um, and sometimes that can be done just like adding a reflection or by your hand or your footprint or your shadow, things like that. Little details like that can really just kind of help add like an extra layer of personal where people have a way to enter it and have more relationship to your work. Because these are like solid, you know, they're really good, but they could also go just into a travel magazine as opposed to be like a meaningful place for someone. Again, like this is really great compositionally. The colors are beautiful. Your exposure is solid. You know, all those things are great. You have full control of the camera. I just want to see like this person, like maybe if this person were just like looking back for a second, um, maybe just a little bit more with this person. I do kind of, it's okay. I do kind of like how they're disappearing into the frame. The more I say that I do like that, it's kind of like the subtlety of it. So maybe push for more of those kind of things. And it's a nice relationship with the blue here, and there's this blue flag too. Has a nice little play. This is yeah one of the I don't know if you meant to do it on purpose with the person or not, but I really do like it. It's one of the I think one of my favorite ones out of the group so far. And these are beautiful. They're classically beautiful. You got a great job compositionally here with the yellow and these leading your eye back this way. It's great. Yeah, this as well, you know, same thing. You have again, I like that too. I like how these different layers with the reflections and kind of like the stained glass inside there. It looks like, and these are nice too. I like them. I really appreciate the sense of or how you're sensing the light, how you're watching the light, and using the shadows. Again, I just encourage you to add yourself into it a little bit more, one way or another. This is great too. I mean, I like this fountain. Like, is it a just I'm trying to think of other ways to interact. I'm not saying like this is the way to necessarily do it, but like, is this a place that you can add a penny to? If you were to like hold this in your hand and you were to drop this in there, maybe that'd be a reference to you being a kid. As man, my mom or my dad always used to give me this penny to make a wish every time we went by the wishing well. Things like that that add extra meaning to a photograph. Beautiful colors, like great composition, great light. I like the soft lighting. It's really nice. Yeah, you have a great sense of lighting and again composition. There's that Peter Lick look-alike again. Yeah, I mean you've got the camera under total control. It's just kind of delving deeper, and that's what separates like just a photographer and starting to get into art is that those meaning. And again, you wrote about like this place being so passionate or meaningful to you that I want to know more about it. And I'm curious, like, why is this one cropped? Also, it looks like a little bit shorter. Really, the top or the bottom got cropped off. So I'd be curious to why your decision. Not that you made a wrong decision at all, 'cause it looks fine. But I'm just curious as to why that is. Yeah, but great job. And if you were to like photograph it again, just again, maybe activate the space with more people, or another project like this. Consider activating the space with people, and then if it's a personal space, man, I really want to see you like add your personal element into it. That's kind of the big thing that makes art relatable, and a lot of times. If you have any questions, definitely let me know, and I look forward to see what you do next time around.